Hello, can you hear me? Hmm? Can you hear me? Please tell me. प्रीतम वाघमारे, माझा आवाज येतोय का प्रीतम? Yes sir. Okay, good. So this is our last lecture of valence bond theory, that is VBT. We have discussed, we have learned what is valence bond theory, what are the assumptions, then we have seen different types of geometries, different shapes of the different complexes, trigonal, planar, we have seen trigonal, bipyramidal, square, planar, tetrahedral, octahedral we have seen. Then we have seen the application of valence bond theory to the coordination complex. Different geometries we have seen. First we have seen tetrahedral, then square planar we have talked about. Then TBP we have seen octahedral complexes, different types of geometries where we have seen. Then we have seen the multiple bonding, very important. Electroneutrality principle we have seen what are inner orbital complexes, what are outer orbital complexes, and in this lecture we will see the limitations of valence bond theory. Okay, so this is a very important topic, that is limitations of valence bond theory. Still valence bond theory is good to, or it is next version of Werner's coordination theory. It has solved some drawbacks of Werner's coordination theory, but still this theory has some defects or some drawbacks are there. Okay, it is better than Werner's coordination theory, it is better than Levy's octet theory, but still there are some questions which valence bond theory do not have answer. So that questions we will see today. Okay, yes or no? Okay, so we will see the limitations, different limitations of valence bond theory. So are you guys ready for that? Please tell me. Are you guys ready for that? Yes or no? Okay, yes. Jay is saying yes sir. Prajakta. Okay, so the today's topic is limitations of valence bond theory, and Prajakta is saying sir, yes sir, we are ready. Okay, very good. So see the first limitation, limitations of valence bond theory. This is the first limitations. What is? We will read first it. VBT does not consider the splitting of metal d orbital into different energy level. So during this chapter, someone asked me the d orbital or degeneracy of that orbital. No, he was not she has, I think she has commented on the energy level of d orbital, but according to the valence bond theory, these metal d orbitals, they are degenerate in free state also. For example, these are 5d orbitals, 1 2 3 4 5. This is in free metal. For example, this is in free metal, and after in a complex they will also remain in degenerate state. They will also remains in degenerate state. So splitting of d orbital has not considered by a valence bond theory, but actually in case what happens when this free metal ion, it forms a complex, so they will get into divided into two sets. So these two sets are there, T2G set is there and EG set is there. So splitting of the orbital takes place. ठीक है, ये हम लोग देखने वाले हैं in while studying the CFT, the crystal field theory. So the first limitations of valence bond theory does not consider the splitting of the metal orbital into different energy levels. So valence bond theory considers metals d orbitals in free state they are degenerate, and in complex formation also they are degenerate. That means in the both free metal in complex, the all the d orbital they have same energy level as according to the valence bond theory, but actually this is not the case. So this is the first limitations of valence bond theory. This is first limitations of valence bond theory. Okay, okay, then we will see the second limitations of valence bond theory. Second limitations is VBT is not helpful. Valence bond theory is not helpful in the interpretation of the spectra of the complexes and hence the color. So if you have pen notebook you can write down the limitations. ये limitations आपको book में कहीं पे भी नहीं मिलेंगे. मैंने बहुत सी simple words में simple language में मैंने यहाँ पे sentence formulate किया है. So this is the second limitations. Valence bond theory is not full helpful. Valence bond theory is not helpful in the interpretation of the spectra of the complexes and hence the color. So there are spectra of the complexes also, and according to the valence bond theory, this valence bond theory is cannot be applicable to the spectra of the complexes, and hence it is not applicable to the spectra. So we cannot talk about the color of the complexes. So this is the second limitations of the valence bond theory. Valence bond theory does not helpful in the interpretation of the spectra of the complexes and hence the color. Okay. Then third assumptions. Valence bond theory fails to explain. Third assumptions of valence bond theory. Valence bond theory fails to explain the rates and mechanism of the reactions. You have studied valence bond theory. आप लोगों ने कहीं पे भी rates और mechanism of the reactions नहीं देखा होगा. So this theory fails to explain the rates and mechanism of the complexes. Why some reactions are faster, why some reactions are slower, what are the different mechanism of the reactions. So this theory does not tells you about the rate and mechanism of the complexes. So this is the third limitations of valence bond theory. Okay. Then fourth limitations we will see. The fourth limitation is valence bond theory does not explain why certain four coordinated complexes are tetrahedral whereas others are square planar. If you have seen coordination number 4, for example coordination number 4, so there are two possibilities. First is it will show sp3 hybridization and show a tetrahedral geometry, and another possibility is dsp2 hybridization, it will show square planar geometry. So according to the valence bond theory, coordination number 4 will have two types of hybridization, that is sp3 and dsp2, and they will show respective tetrahedral geometry and square planar geometry. So why this is so? Valence bond theory does not have any answer. Why? 4 coordinate, coordination number 4 ही है. आप लोग देखोगे ना तो coordination number is 4 only, but its hybridization is different. Hybridization is sp3, that means tetrahedral geometry, and hybridization is dsp, that means square planar geometry. But why this is so? No answer. Valence bond theory के पास इसका कोई भी आंसर नहीं है. ठीक है. So this is the fourth assumptions. Why VBT does not explain why certain four coordinated complexes are tetrahedral and whereas others are square planar. This is the fourth limitations of valence bond theory. Okay. Okay. Then the fifth limitations of valence bond theory is valence bond theory does not explain why certain Lejeune forms low spin complexes, and other forms high spin complexes. For example, if you talk about this low spin complexes, they are also called as spin paired complexes. Low spin complexes, they are also called as spin pair complexes, and high spin complexes, they are called as spin free complexes. It is, in other language, it is also called as strong field complexes and weak field complexes. So why some ligand act as a strong field ligand, why some ligand act as a weak field ligand? इसका कुछ भी आंसर नहीं है वैलेंस बॉन्ड थ्योरी के. किसी ने तो भी पूछा था कि सर व्हाई डू वी कम टू नो दैट दिस ligand is acting as a strong average ligand is acting as a strong ligand or it is acting as a weak ligand. But you have to remember this. उसका कोई भी साइंटिफिक रीजन नहीं था वैलेंस बॉन्ड थ्योरी के. फॉर एग्जांपल वी हैव सीन NiH2O6 NiNH3 दिस कॉम्प्लेक्स के बारे में हम लोगों ने सोचा था, देखा था. NiNH3 6 3+. Here ammonia is average ligand. But in this, in presence of nickel 3+ and coordination number 6, this ammonia is acts as a strong ligand. But why this is so? No answer. Valence bond theory के पास इसका कोई भी आंसर नहीं था. So this is the very important limitations of valence bond theory. Valence bond theory does not explain why certain ligand forms. Valence bond theory does not explain why certain ligand forms low spin complexes and other forms high spin complexes. For example, we have seen nickel ammonia complex. For example, we have seen nickel ammonia complexes. Write down these limitations. You people please write down this. Then the next and last limitation of valence bond theory is the sixth limitation is related to the magnetic moment of the coordination complexes. So valence bond theory does not explain why experimental magnetic moment of certain complexes are higher than calculated magnetic moment. We have seen while solving the problems, certain complexes have experimental magnetic moment higher than the calculated magnetic moment. Still that difference is low, but still difference is there. So why this difference is coming in experimental magnetic moment and calculated magnetic moment, इसका भी वैलेंस बॉन्ड थ्योरी के पास और पॉलिंग स्लैटर के पास कोई भी आंसर नहीं था. Now we people know that the experimental magnetic moment is higher than calculated magnetic moment because of contribution from orbital angular momentum. So this we have seen magnetic moment arises due to the two factors. First is spin of electron and second one is orbital angular momentum. Okay, so the experimental magnetic moment shows higher value than the theoretical magnetic. It is due to the orbital angular momentum. So this now you people know, but valence bond theory के पास उसका कोई भी आंसर नहीं था. So these are some important limitations of valence bond theory. ठीक है. So I think we have almost finished this chapter. हम लोगों ने ये chapter almost finish किया है. Now if you have any problem or any doubt regarding this chapter, you can ask me. You can ask me now also, or you can ask me in Google Classroom also. ठीक है? Yes or no? ठीक है? Yes or no? Please tell me. Have you understand this chapter? If you have any problem, you can ask me. Your questions are welcome. I will be happy to answer your question. So you can answer your doubt, your problem anytime. ठीक है? So as I told you in last lecture yesterday, you are having a test number 2 online examination on the basis of valence bond theory. वैलेंस बॉन्ड थ्योरी के ऊपर हम लोगों ने एक टेस्ट लेने को लास्ट टाइम मैंने बोल दिया था आप लोगों को. आई विल टेक द टेस्ट आफ्टर द सबमिशन ऑफ ईच चैप्टर. सो यू हैव टू बी प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट, क्योंकि एक चैप्टर हमें खत्म करने के लिए 3 to 4 weeks लगते ही है. So within the 3 to 4 weeks you can study. Yeah, I think you have lot of time. 3 to 4 weeks means a lot of time. Yeah, you people have. So you can study. You can study after my lectures also. ठीक है, मेरा लेक्चर होने के बाद भी आप लोग स्टडी कर सकते हो. ठीक है. लास्ट लेक्चर चेतन ने मुझे बोला था. चेतन आ गया कि नहीं? चेतन यस सर बोलो कि पढ़ाई कर रहा है चेतन. सो चेतन ने बोला था सर पढ़ाई करने के लिए मुझे हमें टाइम दे दो. क्या करोगे पढ़ाई करने के लिए? 3 to 4 वीक तो मैंने दी ही है ना. अगर 3 to 4 वीक में आपने अच्छे पढ़ाई किया है तो एक दिन में कुछ नहीं होने वाला. अगर 3 to 4 में आपने कुछ भी नहीं किया है ना तो भी एक दिन में कुछ नहीं होने वाला. तो यू हैव टू फेस द एग्जाम. ठीक है. चेतन, आर यू देयर? ठीक है. सो आर यू रेडी फॉर योर एग्जाम? आर यू रेडी फॉर योर एग्जाम? यस और नो? चेतन नाही आलेलं दिसत आज. Okay, Sandhya is saying yes sir. Supreet, Vikram is also saying yes sir. What about other people? They are studying? Still they are studying? Okay, Krishna Priya is saying yes sir. आप लोगों ने ना मतलब ऐसा पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए ना तो लास्ट डे की आपको ये भी नहीं होना चाहिए, लास्ट डे का इंतजार भी नहीं होना चाहिए। लास्ट डे में आप बिल्कुल रिलैक्स कर रहे हो, मूवी देख रहे हो, ये कर रहे हो, वो कर रहे हो, एग्जाम के अगले दिन पढ़ाई नहीं करनी चाहिए, ठीक है ना? ओके, ठीक है, चलो। सो हाउ मेनी टाइम लेफ्ट? ओनली 5 minutes आर लेफ्ट फॉर योर एग्जाम। सो तब तक मैं क्या करता हूँ आप लोगों को, I will leave the link for your attendance. We have 5 minutes. Exam having 10 multiple choice questions, and you have to answer multiple choice questions. Some true or false questions also there, and each question carries one mark. Question carries 1 mark. So total carries 1 mark. 10 marks exam will be there. 10 marks exam will be there. And I think these multiple choice exam questions will be helpful to people for studying your नेट एग्जाम और पीएचडी एग्जाम के लिए लोगों के लिए इसका बहुत ही फायदा होने वाला है, बहुत ही फायदा होने वाला है, ठीक है? ओके, ओके, I have given you the notes also. I have given you people the notes also. Yes or no? Okay, so you can give the attendance, or you can, meanwhile, you can give the attendance also and give the exam also, ठीक है? Yes or no? Okay, ठीक है. So time for the test will be 30 minutes. Time for the test will be 30 minutes.